Welcome everyone to the next episode of the Affinity Streaming Podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing Ex Machina 2015. But first, follow us on our socials. They are Affinity Streaming Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All right. Joining me today to talk about this movie, hopefully they are human and not robots, Riley, Sarah, and Charlie. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
And we also have special guests in the house, Bulat. How are you, Bulat?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Great. All right, today's movie, Ex Machina. Caleb, a 26-year-old programmer at the world's largest internet company, wins a competition to spend a week at a private mountain retreat belonging to Nathan, the reclusive CEO of the company. But when Caleb arrives at the remote location, he finds he will have to participate in a strange and fascinating experiment in which he must interact with the world's first true artificial intelligence. 92% critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 86% audience, 7.1 on Film Affinity. Bulat, why don't you give us your initial observations of this movie?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting movie because if I was watching this in 2000, 14, 15?
14, 15, yep.
I would have said like this is like something far ahead thing, maybe even. And now with general artificial general intelligence going on and build up and AI race basically. This is very much doable thing. So that's why it was so exciting. I was like, wait a second, this is something interesting. So yeah, what was your take on this?
Well,
Me?
Yeah.
My take?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is my second watch of it. I loved it the first time. I feel like it held up well. I mean, it was less than 10 years ago. So I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed most aspects of the movie.
Yeah. This is my second rewatch too. So, like, I remember I liked it, but I could barely remember anything about it. Just there was like a robot, and I liked it, and somewhere deep in the forest or something. But no, watching it again, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's actually better than I remember. Because I just remember it was good, but no, I thought it was pretty great.
really, I
Yeah.
don't know. I actually found the movie. It was good. Definitely wasn't bad. But it seemed like very predictable to me. I was like, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Like everything that could have been a surprise, it really wasn't to me. But it did keep my interest through the whole time. They did a good job with the suspense, keeping that up. But one thing that drives me crazy about movies is when they don't properly like normalize their audio, and all of the background like music and stuff was so loud compared to the dialogue. That drove me crazy. Otherwise, it was all right.
Yeah, it's kind of like an older style thing. Well, not older, but that was like a big thing, I think.
But that's more like likely in action movies, doing the music like super loud and the special effects so loud, and then they whisper like the words. But yeah, this one was like kind of loud. Like sometimes when they were in the forest, there was like, I remember like all the crickets, and it's like, why I'm like paying attention to that. Also, like for me, the thing like the story was okay, like I like it, but at the same time, like I think they didn't execute as well as they could, because I think like the story was a little plain. And actually also like the lead girl, her voice throw me off all the time because it was so short. Like that's like so not robotic at all. And I was like, okay, if you're trying to play a robot, at least like have like, I don't know, that thing down. And that threw me off a
But
lot.
that's the point.
You wanted to talk like a robot?
But that's the point.
Hello.
to do a robot, but at least like have a clear, clean, like synthetic voice that comes from a computer kind of thing.
But that's the point, is that it's not, is that she's supposed to pass as like a real human.
I know that was, yeah, but then why you don't dress her? You just expose her like all the cables and everything, like just like if you wanna like people believe, like just I don't know, like make it real. So
I
don't
think
know.
that was part of his plan to like
Yeah.
show her as a robot, and then when she got dressed up, that was supposed to like make his heart go a flutter.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what
no,
I felt like anyway.
they talked about that in the movie. They literally talked about that exact thing. He said, why did you not, like, why does she look like a robot? Like, she should be in another room. That was like what that discussion was.
Yeah, and why they did the testing like with a glass in between,
So they don't die.
so they don't touch each other. What the hell? I don't get it. Like, what?
Yeah, he
why-
didn't want him touching his
Yeah.
project.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they did the glass thing. I don't know.
You know, he probably already was smashing that, so he didn't want Caleb like touching her. So he
They
was like,
didn't explain that either. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, I mean, the point is she's like a prisoner. That's the point. And she's not allowed
Yeah.
to go in. And no one's allowed to go
Yeah.
in.
Escape premise for the movie.
I mean, everyone was trapped in there. Like, like I don't get it.
All right, let's
think that
mention the
some cards, like the cards to go to different rooms, exchanging.
let's mention the actors here. Domhnall Gleeson was Caleb, Oscar Isaac as Nathan, and Alicia Vikander as Ava. I practiced that dude's name all week and I messed it up.
Yeah.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, it's
Domhnall.
tough.
Yeah, it's Irish name.
This guy?
Yeah,
I don't know.
don't know.
Yeah, it was. I thought he was a
He was the best.
annoying little bratty little dumb guy. Like he just, I don't know. I just felt like he didn't handle that. No other human would have handled the situation the way he handled it.
Well, I think that's part of the point, was like he was like the most robotic person there. You know?
He was
Like-
specifically
like the-
selected, like
Yeah.
with all his coding stuff. Obviously, like a nerd, he has no family. Like all of this
Yeah.
backstory.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He was okay. I enjoyed Nathan, who was George Isaac. I enjoyed his
Oscar
character.
Isaac.
Oscar.
I keep saying
Who's George Isaac?
Yeah, isn't it George?
looks like a George. But yeah, Nathan, that character, I thought he did a good job playing it. Although
I think he was weak. No,
No,
I
I
didn't
thought he
buy
was great.
the energy. No, I
He's so
didn't buy it.
creepy.
He should be like even more like badass for me.
Why?
He was like, yes,
He's a creep. He's not a badass. He's a creep who thinks he's a
I
badass.
mean, yes, he's a creep and a badass all the
No,
time.
he's not a
It's
badass.
like he wants to like be like manipulate everything, like people and robots and
Yeah.
everyone. So it's like they want to be in charge. He wanted to be in charge. So yes, he was playing that card, and I didn't
Yeah.
buy it. No, not even. I didn't feel even he was creepy. He was like just like lunatic, like
You
being
thought he's just a normal guy?
not normal guy. Of course not, but at the same time, I didn't feel like he was creepy at all.
No, really? That's so weird.
I mean, I
No.
thought his character, like they said he like learned how to code whatever crazy stuff when he was like 13. So it's like such a nerdy, like
Exactly.
13-year-old boy who turns his robots into like this sexual premise. I thought for that character he kind of channeled it pretty well. I didn't think he needed to be so drunk all the time. That was a bit excessive, but
Yeah, for me, it didn't make sense. Anything
I
like
think I think he did that on purpose to show, so the guy would try and get him drunk and then do the breakout. I think that was
Well, I just
like,
assumed he's
oh, I'm
supposed to
gonna
be one of
act
those
like a
people-
drunk.
He's supposed to be one of those like tech bros, those partying tech bros, you know, like just like a like Facebook or any one of those, all those like tech companies where they just
So just give me my input on the coding. I've met a lot of coders,
Yeah.
and so there are some subset of programmers that do code while they drink. So that's a thing.
okay, that's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah. So Yeah, well, that part I can understand. Uh, there are a couple of parts that I can understand. I would have asked more technical questions, like where is the computing goes, like, and how much energy does that thing consume?
It's a
As-
magic brain. He invented a magic brain.
Is that realistic though? Like the gel concept?
Yeah,
Is that realistic or no?
Not now, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think
There's
so.
nothing like it. No.
No. For me, it felt weak. All the whole thing.
yeah, everything we do, it's on silicon and flat, pretty much. Well, silicon and you have chipset, and it's somewhat flat. Well, you can probably can multi-layer, but then you have it's gonna heat up,
Well,
and
well,
it has to be like, yeah,
he like
so,
it's some like made up technology. It's like invented. It's not.
yeah. Some made, well, okay, let's drop that.
Yeah.
It could be also outsourced. The computation could be outsourced, so it could just drag the knowledge off of the cloud. That's fine. But then you have to be connected to the cloud again every time, so you can't be really
Yeah.
off the grid.
How do you
So
think having like that giant patient like house in the middle of nowhere?
that's awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
It is doable. Actually, it is doable. Like having like that kind of like, I don't know, building and like all the food and all the power that you need. I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
doable?
Well, it is. I mean, he's essentially like the owner of their version of Google. So yeah, it'd be
He's so right.
doable. He would have like more money than a lot of countries.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting because also that the if you have enough money, I guess you can do
Anything.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah, all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. The name of the blue book, right?
Blue
Yeah.
Book, yeah.
Resembles Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creative.
I don't think Zuckerberg is that smart though.
We don't
Not
know.
quite. No.
So Sarah, you said
Yeah.
you didn't like Oscar Isaac's performance in this.
I almost buy it. I wasn't like completely like into it. Like the most like well performed I think was like from Caleb, the Irish guy, Domhnall.
Domhnall,
Because the girl, same thing. I don't know. I didn't buy it either. So and yeah, there were
but he
only
was,
like years.
but he was dancing. He was dancing. So
Yeah.
Oh my
Great.
god!
I
That
really
was
enjoyed the dancing scene. That was my favorite.
They just like throw this dancing in random places just to make people like remember that, but it's like not pointless. Like what? No,
It was
I
funny.
didn't. I didn't
yeah,
like
I
it.
think they were trying to show his eccentricness with the
Yeah.
dancing with the robot lady.
Yeah, with Kyoko.
Yeah.
Kyoko.
There's probably also like some hint that she's like a robot because she did it like on cue, like instantly.
From the moment she was introduced and he was like, "Oh, she doesn't speak or understand any English." I was like, "No, she's a robot." Like, I don't know. That didn't seem very convincing to me.
That was a total surprise to me. I like didn't.
You
I
thought
didn't see
she
it
was
coming.
human?
Yeah, I just didn't see it coming. I just thought. I
Oh.
mean, she was like naked on the bed. I was like, he's not smashing the robot, right?
Yeah.
I like didn't see that one coming. That was it. There's anything that surprised you in the movie, Riley, or were you just you picked it all out?
Surprise. Well, the thing that nothing really surprised me that much. But something that surprised me for a different reason was the hallway scene where she like starts to run down it to like kill him. It like made me think of Megan in that hallway scene. What is this, like a robot
Same
thing?
thing.
Like robots need to run down hallways and kill somebody? Like, is that
Yeah, the
was
dance
it based off
thing
that?
and the run.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like no.
I don't know, but it surprised me. Yeah, for unrelated to this movie.
For me, like for a plot thing, you're Kyoto, okay, or Kyoko. Why you like take that long to stop your boss if you want to escape, I guess, or just you just want to like help Ava to escape. I don't get it.
No, so there is clear cut scene that can explain this
But
thing.
is it not in the movie?
It's in the movie.
I don't see that.
It was just so like short, and I think people won't pay attention to it. So she basically Ava reprogrammed that Kyoto character.
So Ava
And
reprogrammed
she-
Kyoko.
well, yeah, yes, she did. As soon as she escaped, she figured out that was a robot too, and she reprogrammed her. So
When
she
did
was
that happen?
that was right once she steps out of the.
Yeah, she
But
like
you,
got real close to her, like,
Yes,
yes,
and
yeah,
yeah, and they were like,
whatever. Yes, I
yeah,
know, but like earlier, like you're Kyoko, okay? So I think you have your full program, but you're not able to speak, right? So
Yeah.
why you didn't want to escape first
It's just
before
not in
like
her
come on?
program.
yeah. It's just like Megan. Like Megan was programmed not to hurt the little girl, so I
Yeah.
think Kyoko was programmed to never do
So not
Nathan
hurt
any
her
harm. Just
Yeah.
let him smash it.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how, like, yeah, I took it, but I don't know. Like, if they're like learn as they are, like, I think they're like Kyoko would be
Well,
like,
Ava, it was more advanced than
Yeah.
Kyoko.
Well,
So
actually, he like did something to her to like make her not learn or something anymore. Like
yeah,
she was like she was like downgraded somehow.
yeah. I would
yeah,
love
and the
like
fact that
from Kyoko.
she died with one shot to the mouth shows that she was a weaker model.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yes. It's like what?
Dead.
Just dead? No way.
Well, it's like a broke her brain or whatever.
If it was up here, maybe I believe it. But it was
Yeah.
her jaw.
It was your job. Yeah, completely. Like, yeah.
he
Could
broke
have
he
given
broke her.
another weapon.
I didn't like that either.
So, weaker model that would explain it, and you could see it in even like in models that chatbot models that we have right now. Like if you go back multiple generation of those models, GPT-3 is actually makes a lot of mistakes or hallucination. They just made up stuff. You ask a question like, "Is this a real protein or is it pseudoprotein like pseudokinase?" It will say it is a pseudokinase, and here's the papers backing it up. You follow up those links, and those papers non-existent, or they not relative to that protein at all. So they just completely made up stuff. Whereas if you ask more recent model 4, it will say, okay, this is, as of my knowledge, cut off 2021, September of 21. I don't have conclusive data on this. I can't really give you the most recent research on it, but here what I know. And it will be real thing, like on point.
Yeah, so Kyoko
So-
didn't know. Yeah, how to
Yeah,
kill.
it
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
So
That's what I was thinking.
if yeah,
Yeah, maybe Ava was literally like, you kill him by sticking a knife in him. She's like, oh.
Yeah, she learned.
Yeah.
So there's one scene I want to mention early in the movie where they first meet, where Caleb and Nathan first meet, and Nathan is like punching the body bag, the boxing
Yeah.
bag or whatever, and he's
Boxing
like
bag.
all sweaty, and then he shows the guy his room and then lays on his bed. Like I was like, bro, you need to take a shower before you lay on this dude's bed. I was like, I'm not sleeping on that bed. Get Kyoko in here and change those sheets.
That's how he shows his dominance, because he can just do whatever he wants. Rub his
That's true.
sweaty body.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe
I
that
like
was
that
a
only
Yeah.
that part. And also,
Right.
like, you're Caleb. You don't know anything about that is your boss. Like, would you
Yeah.
sign that? Because
absolutely
when
not.
I was like watching the scene, it was like that guy is not gonna like get out of here like alive, Like I was just already thinking that, like, you sign that and you're done.
Yeah, but why would you go to this guy's house and expect to be murdered? You know, like you don't go to like Steve Jobs' house or well, he's dead.
No, because it was too like mysterious. It was like too like some. No, I needed more.
Yeah, but like
context.
everybody at your job knew you were going. So
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you don't come back, they
You
know
don't
where
expect
you went.
Yeah, you don't expect to be murdered. Just
No,
like
Yeah.
imagine you go to like Elon Musk's house. You're not going to be like, oh, Elon Musk is totally going to murder me. Like that's like why
no,
would
I wouldn't
even
think like
cross
this
your
about
brain?
there,
Well,
but at
you know.
the time they were
Yeah,
like
well, maybe.
insulated, and you had like a week for the helicopter like come back. So it's
Yeah.
like that is not. I can't even like run away because I don't know like how far is the next like habitat thing like people
It's nowhere.
so
No,
it's like,
they said he was flying 2 hours over the
Yeah.
land before he got to his house, which seems
Yeah.
ridiculous to me. But
yeah.
Well, I think they said it takes place in like Alaska is where it takes place.
Okay.
So like there's all kinds of empty land that's probably super cheap because no one can get there.
Yeah. Whatever. I wouldn't sign either.
You
No?
would be curious.
Nope.
Really?
No?
Nope.
I don't know. Like I probably would. Just out of curiosity, but also like maybe if I become this guy's friend, he'll throw like a couple $1 billion at me, you know?
So true.
I would have to know him better, not because he's the boss and he wants to impress me or whatever.
Well,
Like
he's
I
the
would
boss
not.
because he's so wealthy. Do what this
No.
guy says.
You go to, I don't know, Bill Gates' place and he's like, sign this. I have something to show you.
No. No.
I'm signing it. I'm like, let's go. Yeah, let's see it.
Signing it.
No.
But I'm like, first,
I need to read carefully first, and like lawyers, what as he said.
nah. I'm be like, first, let's let me call somebody and tell them where I am, and then I'll sign it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, if, with other precautions, yes. If not, nope.
Yeah.
Just
All right,
talking
like,
to you.
Bulat, is there anything you would have changed about this movie?
Anything? Well, there's a question that bugs me a bit. So intentionality, like assuming this guy was programming the Ava in a way that her intention was to get into that intersection with a whole lot of people. Assuming that was the thing, then once she reaches that, she's gonna just stop there, and that's it.
No,
The mission
the
accomplished.
point is that she's AI, not that she's been programmed. That was what
Yes,
she decided.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, even AI has no intentionality.
Then it's not really
We don't-
AI. It's not artificial intelligence, right? That's like the true artificial intelligence. The point is that it's essentially human.
It's already
It passed
learned.
the Turing test, so it's human basically.
Yeah,
that
well,
was the
no.
point.
Turing test is not that about that. Turing test is to fool person to think that it's a it's a human,
Yeah.
not a robot.
Yeah.
That's Turing
Yeah.
test. That they can pass. They can fool us to think that it's a human. That's one thing.
Yeah.
To be actually human, you don't like. That's not the proof of a human. Like if you can fool someone to think that you're something else, it doesn't prove that you're human or not. I mean, you can be anything,
Yeah.
really. So that they can do. Like they can fool if it's a chat box. If you chatting to a human and to a chatbot, you won't be able to tell if it's a chatbot or a human most of the time. Well, they 90% of the time they pass even like something complicated like lawyers exams, LSAT or something, and the medical exams also 90% of the time they pass it. So yeah, I don't know. They can pass a lot of tests, that's for sure. The intentionality, like randomly, like let's say I want an ice cream right now, randomly. I think it's not true, but let's say for sake of argument, then yes, I have some intentionality. I'm gonna go and get it. That kind of thing we did not yet observed.
What do you know?
Yet.
Yeah.
What if I'm a robot? Have
I
I
think-
fooled you?
Nah, you
If I
didn't
were
fool me.
Ava, if I were Ava, I would go
You're not
to
cool enough to be human.
if I were Ava, I would go to that crosswalk and try
That's
to
it?
no. Try to find Adam. I sure if she exists, she'll be like another like version of maybe not that advanced, but has to be like more like them, so like her. So I'm sure like I would like to like go to search if someone like me is out there, and that could be the sequel.
But
No,
all
what
the-
she's gonna do, she's gonna find her some rich dude in New York and like go live with him and pretend to be a woman and then like murder him and then just go on a murderous spree.
Why not
And then-
murder? Why you
and then
need to
Caleb-
kill people?
Cause she already killed somebody. She gonna keep going. Once you get that first kill, you
Why
going
you
more.
keep going? Why you need
Caleb's dead. He's gonna
You
die.
won't-
He's gonna
No,
starve to
Caleb-
death.
Caleb's gonna find a way to get out, and then
Yeah.
he's gonna
There's no
come
way
back
out.
and
He couldn't
find
break
her.
the door. He has no connection to internet. He can't call anyone.
No,
The
he's
helicopter
weak.
guy is
He's weak now, but he's gonna lift weights in the room and train
There's
so
no
he
way
can
he's gonna
punch
lift
through the
weights.
glass.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
there was weights.
He's gonna
The
run out of
guy had
food.
his weights. He had his weights in there. He's gonna
In 3
lift
days. He
weights.
dies of dehydration.
He's gonna break the thing open and eat some like ice and trees from the outside. Get strong, break the glass, find Ava and kill her. That's
Well, I
what's
mean, there's
gonna
probably just the fridge. He doesn't have to go look in the wild. He can just open the fridge, probably, but he has to get out
I'm
of
saying
that
if there
room.
was no fridge in the room, he could get out of that room. He wasn't trying.
Yeah, he didn't try. Just like with the chair one time, like damn.
Yeah.
What?
He's trying. He like gave up. He's done.
It's because he's
They're gonna
weak.
find his body in like 2 weeks.
We want Caleb back at the for the sequel.
Well, like Caleb is like she's like living her life in New York, just doing whatever, and then he just steps out of the shadows. You know?
Yes.
He downloaded his brain into a new model,
Yeah.
and now he fools her into thinking he's a different person.
And he kills her, but then he realizes that while she's been like out here living this normal life, she's actually created her own robot army. And
Oh
then,
yeah.
doomed.
I want to mention Alex Garland, who directed this movie for DNA Films. He also directed another movie with Glenn Hall. What's his name? Glenn Hall. Domhnall Gleeson. Domhnall Gleeson. Called
Okay.
Never Let Me Go, 2010. So if you haven't seen that, I recommend
Yeah, don't
you
remember
guys check that out.
I also
That's pretty-
recognize her because she was the next Tomb Raider after
The which
Angelina.
Raider?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Wait,
that.
I'm
Oh
so-
yeah.
in Spanish is Tomb Raider de toda la vida.
Yeah, she wasn't in a lot of stuff, and she hasn't been in anything for a while, I think.
Yeah.
But Oscar Isaac's been
And-
busy.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. And
so
then-
Bulat,
Yeah. Oh, you go.
go ahead, Sarah. I'm sorry.
No, Caleb. I recognize him that he was like in a movie with Rachel McAdams called I'm gonna tell you now.
I'm
About
gonna tell you
Time.
now. It's a good movie.
But I watched that one about time.
Oh, About Time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
About
think
Time.
it's interesting
That's like a
because
rom-com, right?
It is a rom com.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I can guess from the cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bulat, as the guest here, are you recommending this movie to anyone, to everyone, to a certain group? Who are you recommending this movie to?
Well, whoever is interested in kind of technology and sci-fi. Well, it's not as sci-fi anymore, but yeah. So I would recommend it to anyone, everyone, pretty much. Just don't be fooled by robots.
So stab everyone you meet to make sure they're not a robot is the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Sure, they bleed.
All right, let's give our shout outs so we can get out of here. I'm going to shout out to my daughter who's graduating college this weekend. Congratulations.
So,
Nice.
You guys have shout outs?
congratulations.
I'm gonna give a shout out to our other podcast. It's the same podcast, but a little spin-off we're doing, The Big Bang Theory. So I'm giving a shout out to that. Check out those episodes.
My shout out is like get out because it's getting like warmer outside. So yes, try to enjoy the weather.
Yeah, I'm gonna join. Sarah.
Let's go on a hike.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah, I've just been working. I no, I got nothing. That's all I've been thinking about.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week when we are reviewing. What movie are we doing next week, Riley?
RRR. Bollywood.
Awesome. Bollywood RRR. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on the Affinity Streaming Podcast.